Welcome to the first lesson for analytic geometry, now that we have finished up trig. We're going to start with quadratic equations, and there's going to be several videos that go along with this. The first one is how to solve a quadratic equation by factoring. The general form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers, and a cannot be 0. Because if a were to be 0, then the x squared term would drop out and you just have a linear equation. This is also known as a second degree polynomial equation. Please make sure you remember that. I'm sure you're going to have a quiz on it somewhere along the line. And here's an example. X squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0 is a trinomial in quadratic form, quadratic equation. In this case, a is 1, b is negative 7, and c is 10. And we can factor this into x minus 2 times x minus 5 because we're looking for two numbers that when multiplied together are 10 and when added together are negative 7. Now, in order to solve this, since we factored it, we're going to use the zero product principle, which means if two numbers multiplied together are 0, then either one of them has to be 0. So either a equals 0 or b equals 0 if a, b equals 0. So we're going to set each one of our factors, and our factors in this equation are x minus 2 and x minus 5. We're going to set each one of those equal to 0. So x minus 2 equals 0 yields x equals 2. X minus 5 equals 0 gives us x equals 5. So our two roots, our two solutions to this, are x is 2 and x is 5. So let's solve this by factoring. Or let's get some rules about solving by factoring. First thing you're going to do is set the equation equal to 0. You have to have 0 on one side, everything else on the other side. Then we're going to factor completely. And then we're going to set each factor that contains a variable equal to 0. And then we're going to solve. So let's get an example going here. Our first example is 4x squared minus 2x equals 0. Well, this is already set equal to 0, so now what we're going to do is factor. I'm going to take a 2x out, so I'll have 2x times the quantity 2x minus 1 equals 0. That means I have two factors. I have 2x and 2x minus 1. So either 2x equals 0 or 2x minus 1 equals 0. If 2x equals 0, then x has to equal 0. If 2x minus 1 equals 0, that means 2x equals 1, or x equals 1/2. So there's our two solutions. And with a quadratic, you're always looking for exactly two solutions. They may be both real numbers that are different. It might be the same number, which would be a double root, or you might have some imaginary numbers. Okay, second example, 2x squared plus 7x equals 4. I have to set that equal to 0, so I'm going to pull the 4 over to the left-hand side, giving me 2x squared plus 7x minus 4 equals 0, which factors into 2x minus 1 times x plus 4, which is 2x minus 1 equals 0, x plus 4 equals 0, and when we solve, we get x equals 1/2, or x equals negative 4. Okay, go ahead and do your checkpoint number 1, finish your video notes, and I'll see you next time.